Luis Salas-Juarez convicted for murder a second time. The murder happened during a drunken brawl back in 2006. A Medford man stabbed. Last week, his defense attorney asked for a third trial, saying the jury didn't do its job.
That is troubling and possibly, certainly grounds for a new trial.
Attorney Joe Meyer points to an article in the paper. In it, a jury member says, "We made decisions based on what we had to work with. There were a lot of questions left on the table."
Questions that I don't think were totally answered.
Juror George Stevens agrees.
It was quite a complex case.
In his first interview since the case, he takes News 10 through the decision process during the 2 days of deliberations.
A very important case, and we wanted to make sure we were making the right decision.
Jurors examined the evidence and looked through witness statements. After the first day, the verdict was split.
7 who said guilty, 4 not guilty.
Stevens says the deciding factor for him were the eyewitnesses who say they saw it all.
The fact that they pointed out the defendant as the person that did the stabbing.
Stevens saw the witnesses as credible and the most important factor in the case.
I couldn't see anything within their testimony that would make me doubt what they said.
Jurors threw out all kinds of arguments like, could it have been someone else?
And never came up in terms of they said they thought it was Russell. It was just a matter of, was Salas guilty or was Salas not?
What about evidence that was never found? The murder weapon still missing.
Could there have been a conspiracy? Yes. There could have been. But is there any evidence to show that? I didn't see it.
For Stevens, it didn't matter.
Would have helped one way or the other, but at the same time it didn't weigh in my mind.
In the end, jurors made a decision.
Based on the evidence that was presented, he was guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Stevens says he can never be 100% sure, but he feels like he made the right decision, one he'll never forget.
I will be thinking about it all the time.
Covering your news in Medford, Jenica Villamore, News 10.